No, no, we went
Nope.
estate sale shopping.
Oh, that's right.
Hmm.
That's right. We're
Yep.
back in front of the collection wall today.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. Let me see. So I'm going to tell you something really nerdy, okay?
Okay.
And you're probably not going to get it, but we just got put into Wicked Data with a
Mm.
permanent URL,
Mm-hmm.
which is very good because now we're going to be at the forefront of not only SEO, but AEO and GEO.
Okay, I know what SEO is. What's AEO and GEO?
So SEO is for search engine optimization. AEO is for answered, so like AI answers optimization,
Gotcha.
and then GEO is for basically becoming the head of of a topic optimization, like being the expert in a topic optimization
Gotcha.
in layman's
Great.
terms.
Oh, my chair.
That's where we need, because believe it or not, people are not clicking on Google links anymore. Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I
What do
mean?
you mean?
Everybody's going to, like, it's all going towards AI. Like,
Yeah.
even Google had a response that it was like their search results are just
Well, because they're
so.
using Google Lens
Well,
or
it's not like,
ChatGPT.
yeah. I mean, it's a Gemini. So
Yeah.
we are at the forefront of it. But you don't want to hear the funny part. So I went in there, and you can cut all this out, right? Right?
No,
Can
this
you?
is the fun part. This is
Well,
good.
no, no. Then I'll tell you off the thing because it's very important.
Okay. Not
Yeah.
anything the public can know, huh?
No, no. It's just I don't. You know.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
when you're ahead, you don't want to. You know,
Yeah.
divulge
Give
too
away your
much.
secrets. I hear you. I
Exactly.
hear you. Um,
Exacto. Exactamundo.
Hello, Andy.
How you doing, Jenna?
I'm doing good.
I haven't talked
I'm
to you
doing
in at
good.
least 15 minutes.
I know.
I know.
We record these, but y'all don't even realize like how much we talk to each other on a
I know.
daily basis. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
A matter of fact, this episode, I haven't told you this, but this is actually going to go as a lesson into the marketing course that is
Okay.
going to be live after this is over. Because CRM is such an important part of the whole marketing, and your marketing tactics and strategies and all that. So I thought it would be a good idea to record you talking about what's on your platform, because in my opinion what you're doing, there's literally no one else doing what you're doing in the estate sale
No.
industry as far as crms goes. So like if I'm a course instructor telling people what to do, like you are it. So I felt
Mm.
like it was good for us to talk about it. And me coming in as a real estate agent, I know what a crm is and I understand crm, but I don't think the majority of estate sale owners, unless you've been in like a sales environment before, you
Hmm.
probably don't even realize what it is or how you need to use it or that you do need to use it. And you and I have talked about this. So I just thought we could talk about what your platform does and all the things that you can do with even going into a little bit of client intake and like how you can kind of use it for the whole flow. So to start with, let's talk about what CRM actually is. And
Well, well, a
yeah.
CRM is a customer or client relationship management system, right? And it's basically, because we live in a world where you want to have as many clients as possible, right? And you want to be able to have all their information easily accessible, and for you to be able to look up their notes or look up their whatever they call you or whatever it is instantly. And so it's basically like, let's just say it's a very organized and easily accessible file cabinet for each one of your clients. So instead of you having to go dig through a file cabinet and pull out the papers and then read it, everything is right there on the computer for you. Okay. But what the CRM can do that the file cabinet can't do is it can do automated things. Like, for example, we have the pre walkthrough packet, we call it, right? As soon as you hang up with a client, as soon as you enter their information, name, phone number, email, blah, 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 address, whatever it is, before you even meet the client, that system sends out automatically, as soon as you hang up, a packet that is basically their instructions on what to do until you get there. Don't throw this away. I mean, or whatever it is. I mean, you're the packet expert, right? This is
Yes,
your
and
idea.
if you're listening to this in the course, you have already learned a lesson about the walkthrough packet and
Hmm.
how you can structure your own walkthrough packets, and you have an example of mine. If you're not in the course, you should be, because then you get to learn what that is, and that's through the Institute of Estate Sale Professionals. That is brand new, actually. It's a new platform. I'm not new to teaching; it's a new platform. So we do go through what that walkthrough packet is, but your site actually lets you upload whatever that packet is for your own company, so you
Correct.
can specialize it and make it unique to your specific
Correct.
business model. Hmm.
Correct. Yeah. What my platform does is it pretty much takes all the files that you would normally have and then just sends them electronically, automatically, or you could just choose to send it, whenever it is you want. But it's all uh, put in that same bucket, I guess we could call it. And then from there, it also has the client walkthrough once you show up, right? That you could pretty much take all. It's basically, the way I look at it is like taking all of the notes while you're doing the walkthrough, and you can even take photos of everything. And the AI will help you decide if the sale is worth it, because it will give you an entire report of what it estimates that thing is going to do, to give you like the numbers ahead of time to see if it's actually worth doing or not worth doing. From there,
This is also something
obviously,
that if you took my course prep course, the walkthrough is actually, like, how I form the walkthrough is actually in that course, and then what you took is the information that I gave you with that
yes.
walkthrough. And because I used to have everything on Google, like Google Suites, which is, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
Google Suites is great and it
Yeah, it's great.
functions for what I needed it to, but it just wasn't specific to my business. So what you did was what you did is made it all to where you could do everything through this platform and all in a line, or you could do it
Yeah.
out of line, but it's all in like one big long process. And so the
Yeah. I mean,
walkthrough is
you
hard.
like, the way I look at it is you could have 7 different websites and you could accomplish everything, or you could just have it all in one platform. And when I built this, I literally built it, guys, as if I was starting an estate sale company, or if I owned one, what I would want to have as far as software goes. I'm a developer. So, luckily I could just say, hey, this is what I want and this is what we will create. So instead of having all these different subscriptions to all these different things, I just put it all into one. That's basically what I did.
So let's stop for a second, because I know that if you're an estate sale provider out there that has not utilized anything like this before, I'm going to tell you what you're doing now, because I'll tell you what I was doing before I had something like this, and
Mhm.
then how this makes this better. Okay, this is how typically you get a lead. Either it's like a referral that comes through from a family member or a friend or somebody that you've used in the past. They text you or call you, and now you have this random number on your phone, and this person has called you and said, hey, I want to do this estate sale. You might be in the middle of doing a estate sale already, so you don't have the ability to stop and have that conversation right now, but they're telling you, yes, so and so referred me, blah blah blah. Okay, let's schedule a time. Now you're having to remember, either write down their number, write down who it is, remember who that random number in your phone is, and then remember when you have to go meet with them. You know nothing about their house. You know nothing about what's in their house. And they know nothing about your company except that a friend of them referred you and said you were really good. Or it's a random person that found your information on Google, which has happened to me a couple times as well. And so that is, you're having to remember all these things in the midst of what you're doing in your day. And if you're anything like me, I don't have access to my calendar every single second to be able to write down these things and write down the address and all this other stuff. So when I get a call now, the first place I send them to is to put their information into my lead system and say, listen,
Mhm.
I'm going to need you to go ahead, put your information here. Tell me a little bit about your house.
Mhm.
And then it's going to automatically send them a welcome packet, which is
Mhm.
going to tell them all the things about me that they really need to know from a business perspective. How much I
Mhm.
charge, all that stuff, like what does your house look like, all these things. And then they also tell me some things about their house. What is their house? How big is it? Where is it located? So that, because some of this stuff you're not gonna, just because someone called me from Plano the other day. Well, I live in Grand Prairie. That's almost an hour away. That's already, I'm not gonna have a conversation with them because it's too far for me to do an estate sale. And so you're kind of filtering some of the sales out that you can't do, but you're doing it through a system that makes sense, and that, so you are making them go and take that next step, so that
Mhm.
you can know who it is, know who called you, who and where did that information come from, what person referred them, So already you're funneling them into an intentional process
Yes.
that is not just randomly you're having to remember everything as you're going throughout your day. And that's how everybody's doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the
Correct.
truth. So, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. And with our system, I mean, you have three different ways to enter the leads, right? Like you have the leads that come in automatically through our website, right? The ones that are like they hit the hire button, they fill out a little pre-form, and then that goes right into your CRM pipeline. You can also embed, a widget on your personal website that is connected to my website that will also generate the lead right into the pipeline, or you can enter it manually. So it pretty much covers every single way, but it all funnels to the exact same place with the exact same routine. So, that's how we created the CRM. I'm surprised that a lot more people don't use them because they are extremely effective, right?
yeah,
And I know that some estate sale companies are like, well, I only have one lead. But I'm like, yeah, but that one lead might take 2 or 3 months for it to close, right? That happens
sure.
with a lot of people. And so in that time, you could have the CRM system reach out to them, or you could have notes to reminders to reach out, whatever it is. It's just a way to have a contact with your clients, which is very important.
Yeah. So once you go through that walkthrough, well, and it'll even schedule the walkthrough. Like you can
Yeah.
actually tell it. So like, let's say that I do end up calling that person back, and they have my welcome packet. They're gung ho. They are ready for me to come by and take a look at their house.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell the lead system this is when we're meeting. It's gonna send them a reminder,
Yep.
and you can even make that personalize it to your business and say, what do you want it to say? This is what the walkthrough
Hmm.
is. This is what we are going to be talking about.
Yep.
This is what I'm going to be looking at. Like whatever you want it to say, and then it sends them an email or a text messages and reminds them that I'm coming. And then if they get moved past that point, the next step is to send them a contract.
Hmm.
And this is where I don't think that people understand how important this is. So, as a real estate agent, I do e-sign all the time when it comes to my
Hmm.
contracts. You have to pay a lot of money to be able to do e-sign. Like, it's
Yeah.
not always, and it's not as much as it used to be because a lot of people, but you still have to pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, being able to have a system that allows you to do this as well, if you're already going to pay for a membership, this is just yet another feature that, in my opinion, is really, really valuable. Now,
Yeah.
I know that I don't use the e-sign for every single client. If you're an 85-year-old person who's downsizing and you want to be able to see a physical copy, like I'm going to take that to you and we're going to sign it in
Yeah.
person.
Absolutely.
But I just did two clients that are my own age and they prefer the e-sign
Yeah. It's
because now
easier.
we don't have to meet again to do
Hmm.
it. So I just send it to them and they sign it and it's great. And I can personalize that contract inside of the system however I want it to. I can change the dates, I can change the terms, whatever I want to do. And now I have a copy of my signed contract in the lead database. So I
System.
don't have to
Yeah.
look through my file folders to find it
Hmm. Yeah,
when
and
I
it's
go back later.
legally binding, right? It's all ISO'd, and so they have a copy of it, and you have a copy of the exact
Yes,
same thing. So if hopefully nothing ever happens, but if something arises, that it's legally bound for both of them. So nobody can say, "Oh, this is not in the contract," or "This is in the contract." There it is. But
that's
yeah,
right.
that's all part of it.
That is. And so then you take that lead and you generate a sale directly from that lead.
Correct.
So literally, you go from now we have a signed contract to now I'm going to generate a new sale.
Hmm.
And this is the other thing I was going to tell you today. And this, anybody that's watching, this is how we do things. I'm like, listen, Andy, I think that it needs to do this. So I had a client of mine who she actually shared the link. I messaged her and I said, this is a new sale I'm doing. I said, hey, here's the link. If any of your friends or family want to buy anything, share it with them. So
Hmm.
not only did she share it on her Facebook page, she also shared it in the Autumn Leaf Collectors group because I actually joined that group based on the referral of the AI report from
Yeah,
before.
from
So
the
I
sales
joined that,
marketing.
yeah, because I have like 300 pieces in the sale that I need to sell.
Mhm.
So she shared that link as a client to her own whole sphere of influence. So I think that that needs to be a part of the marketing is
But
for
the
for the
sales.
client to share. Yeah,
Oh yeah, we could add that.
and so I don't know how to do that, but like something along the lines of making it intentional because if you've watched our pre-sale video, you know that now I'm pre-selling, and you can pre-sell the friends and family.
Actually that's a really good idea now that I think about this, because
And he's not just
um
saying that because he's being recorded. He really does always tell me that things I do say are
no,
good.
I'm a very blunt person. I would tell you it's like, but that's a really good idea, because I think part of the, like, once the contract is signed, the sale is created, we could send like a really fun part, like have the CRM send like a really fun part after the sales marketing report is created, a really fun email, be like, okay, this is great. This is where we're advertising. You want to help us? It would be, the more the merrier, or something like that. Like, that's a great idea, because the
Yeah.
sales marketing report, which I think is very valuable, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people understand how valuable that report is, right? And I know we're not talking about that right now, but that sales marketing report that scans everything in your sale, and then it starts comparing it with trends, and it shows you exactly what Facebook groups, what Reddit groups, what keywords you should be using, what hashtags you should be using. I mean, it's powerful.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
But this is yet another piece of the client retention model, because now you're making the client a part of the marketing
Hmm.
for you. And what are we trying to do, right? One of our goals is get to the people that don't shop at estate sales very often.
Correct.
So if you can find them, they are a whole new buyer base for you. And I'm telling you, friends and family of the clients and they
Hmm.
are very good buyers. So, and this is a great way to, because I get asked a lot, like, can we have a VIP night, or is there any way that the neighbor can come by and shop? And it's always like it always felt like a disruption before, or like I
Hmm.
had to have an intentional night that I had to plan ahead for, and blah blah blah. Well, the pre-sale side of things, and being able to have them be able to share from their portal or wherever we're going to do that for, is huge, because now
Yeah.
it's an intentional invitation, and now they're just marketing to a whole new sphere that I wouldn't have known. And
Yeah.
they're paying
Well,
more money for all that stuff because they know the person that it actually belonged to.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If your client signs up for an account, right? Like, and it's linked to the, because once you send the contract and stuff, it'll send them a thing that if they want to sign up for an account, that way it'll have everything in their ecosystem too, and it'll list the sale on their account itself, so we can, like, if they're that into it, there probably will be into it enough to help market the sale. So we
And
could
some
definitely
people are going
create
to
that.
be too sad to look at the pictures, but they're not going to be
Hmm.
too sad to encourage people to buy the stuff.
Correct.
They're going to want people to buy the stuff.
Hmm.
And the other thing I think that we should add to it is, once the sale's over, so once the sale is done and the last
Hmm.
day is passed, and maybe wait a week, then send out a survey and say, what advice would you have given another client if you didn't know that you wish you would have known, something like
That's
that,
good.
because
Yeah, we
then
can do that.
that helps you make your client packet better, and that also gives just ways to help educate the public, more. So this is all part of the client retention management tools, is having that all that in one place, so that you can not only help them go through the process, help you go through the process, but then help them help other people go through the process, and that's all one big marketing CRM, all the things.
Yeah.
Now we have
Yep.
it in one place,
Yep.
as opposed to
Yeah,
trying to do it in different places.
and I just want to say, listen, we have a $99 account, but we also have a $149 account, which is the Pro Plus, and that's for people that really. It's not for everybody. Okay, the 149 one. The 149 is for people that really want to scale their company and really grow. But what the difference is it gives you an AI agent that is completely uh, it is your personal AI agent. Like, it knows everything about your company, it knows everything of what you're doing on the website. So it's catered to help you grow. And you can tell it, remind me, or tell it to send an email to the client, right? Or tell it to remind you about this or that. And it's all gets added to that CRM system. So it's
Yeah,
basically, you basically have a free assistant, right?
that's exactly right. And if you're paying for ChatGPT, if you're paying for, I don't know,
Hmm.
Gemini, any of the additional ones, if you're paying for a Google Suite or a Microsoft 365 Or
Yeah.
if you're paying for a website, you're paying for a CRM tool, which there's multiple ones out there that you could be paying for.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're paying for an e-sign, any type of e-sign documentation, or
And a
like
newsletter.
a cloud, a newsletter, if
Hmm.
you're paying for all those things separately, and you're also paying for like estatesales.net or something to market on, what you're getting with this is 1,000 times more. Uh, uh, what's the word? Um, where you get a bang for your buck. Bang for your buck. What am I trying to say?
I don't know, bang for your buck.
I guess
Value.
bang for your buck.
Value.
Value. Thank you.
Oh.
Jeez. Yeah, that one word. That's that value word. You're getting
Sorry,
a lot of
man.
value with it.
Yeah.
And you're taking
Yeah.
away a lot
That's
of
what I
things
try
that
to
you
do.
really won't need anymore because it's here.
Yeah.
So, and if you're
Yeah.
not
I'm
using
telling you guys,
any of those
listen,
things, you need to
I
be.
didn't, yeah, I'm going to tell you this and it's going to sound really crazy, but I did this because of selfish reasons that I want for my girlfriend to be able to find things easier. Right. And so this is, if this thing takes off and becomes huge, of course it's going to make a bunch of money. Right now, it's not. It's just it's losing money left and right, but it's not a big deal. But I'm telling you, I try to pack as much stuff as possible into one tool so that you guys can be as effective as possible. Right? I mean, all the tools are there. Like, why wouldn't you use them? Right?
Yeah. So let's
If
talk
you
about.
want to grow. If you want to grow, like, let me be very specific because I've learned a lot about this business. I understand that there's going to be a bunch of people that are like, I like my minimum, I'm making the minimum. This is fun for me. This isn't a business. That's not who I'm talking to. Like, this is literally for people that want to grow their companies and actually have vacations, right? Or something. But
And make your lives easier. I'm telling you,
yeah,
this, like,
because if
if
not, I
you're
have a free play. Like, I always have a free, like, if you just want to list for free, you can forever.
yeah, and if all you're trying to do is just market your sales, like that's fine. But like,
Hmm.
even if all you're doing is a hobby, even if this is still helpful to you because you're still making it to where you're automating a lot of your own things. And
Correct.
that's the whole point is if you only have one lead, the reason you probably only have one lead is because you don't have a lead. You don't have any place for your leads to go. Okay. So what a
Hmm.
CRM is it's the next step. You take a lead,
Yes.
then it gets to the next step. Then it keeps going to the next step until either that it stops because they're not a good fit for your business, or they become a client, then they
Hmm.
become a past client. Like that's the whole point. If
Yeah.
you don't have a place for those leads to go, you are not actively trying to get new leads because you don't have anywhere for them to go. This is sales
Yeah.
101. Like
Yeah, and
seriously.
it's literally just it's a way for you to stay completely organized. Okay, like I was talking to my buddy Joe. I don't care if you only have one lead. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
every month, but if that lead is taking 2 or 3 months to close, you still need to have a contact information in the middle of it. You like it sounds really kind, but you need to start reaching out. Right? It's like, hey, we need to figure it out because it's costing you money. So
And
that's what
here's the
that
other
CRM
problem.
system.
There is no way that you're only getting one lead because
Yeah, that's
every
true.
single person that comes and talks to you about any type of liquidation of their house, even if that person's not a good fit for your business, that person is still a lead.
Hmm.
It's still a
Yes.
lead. That sales 101. If you have somebody that is coming to you to ask you, even if someone comes to me and says, I need to liquidate my storage unit, that's a lead that I can't help. So
Hmm.
they would become a lead that I can't help. And in your system, then because what that is also data that's telling you what are my clients actually asking me to do. Is there a
Yep.
market for this? Should I be thinking about storage unit? If I look back through the CRM and I'm like, 10 people asked me last year about cleaning out a storage unit, maybe I need to start thinking about storage unit cleanouts or find somebody I can refer those people to.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, like, this happened. I mean, literally, I had 3 people. If I had a dime for someone that came up to me and said, I have this armoire that I really need to sell, is there anywhere that you know that I can do this for? And now with the pre-sales, I might be able to actually do this.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
way, we'll see. But I do have a lot of storage people that will come up and say, I inherited my mom's stuff. It's in a storage unit. Do you do that? No, I don't do that. Well, at my last sale, I found a couple that does that. That's what their business model is. So now this lead becomes their lead because now I
Yeah.
can refer them to someone else. But if you're not thinking like that, then you don't see the potential number one, what your business could actually be, but number two, you're not being a very helpful, even hobbyist, like to be
Yeah.
able to tell people where they could go, even if you're not the answer for their problem.
Well, listen, and here's another thing too. Once you start putting a bunch of data into the CRM, because I have a very extensive analytics section that you guys get to as part of the program, that CRM will start feeding into that analytics section. It probably hasn't started for you yet because you haven't, it doesn't have enough data, but it'll start pulling all the information from your clients and showing you things, like showing the analytics of your actual sales and your clients. So that helps too.
Yeah,
Data is very powerful.
and you don't. And here's the thing: you do not have to be the one to enter it all in. I'm telling you,
No.
when I started using Google, I started using Google Forms before I met you because
Hmm.
I needed a funnel for them to go into. So what I would do
Correct.
is send them to the questionnaire, the very simple questionnaire about the
Hmm.
basics of their house. And so if you have, like, if someone calls you and either wants to do the sale themselves, like they want to hire you themselves, or it's someone telling you that they're going to send you a referral, the first thing you say is, here's the link, I'm going to text you the link, have them fill out the questionnaire.
Hmm.
Because half the time, sometimes they won't even do that, and then you're like, well, maybe they're just not really that serious, or maybe they're not ready yet, or
Yeah, it's like a
whatever.
little filter system.
That's right. But have them do that, and now they're a lead in your system, and then now you can start actually taking the data. And I don't know. I mean, maybe if there's enough storage unit people up on the site that are not getting service, maybe that's something that we need to talk about as a trend. Like
Yeah,
maybe that's
listen,
something we just don't have
and
anymore.
I don't know if you know this, but that widget that you can put on your website is customizable for the with the questions.
What's a widget?
Like the widget is basically so you take code and you just put it on your
Simple, more
website.
simple for people that are listening.
Okay. So if you go to the CRM section, you're going to see like an embed button,
No, what
and
is a
then
widget that people can use? Like, what
a
is a
widget
widget on a website?
a widget on a website is a place on your website that has access to another person's website. Okay. So
Okay.
basically, I put my widget, which is basically your lead generating widget, on your website, and then it sends the information that people fill out on your website on that widget to our website and into your funnel.
So basically, it's like whenever you go to, I don't know, you go to someone's website and they're like, hey, would you like to sign up for our newsletter on this other platform? It's taking you to another platform, but that little piece of information is,
Yeah.
and so you can actually put that on your own website. So they don't have to go to your website to actually
Yes,
fill that.
correct. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
That and you could colorize and make it all custom to the colors of your website. So it's basically like it's like when you embed a YouTube video on your website.
I know. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean that's literally the exact same thing because you're pulling the data from YouTube, right? But it's showing on your website. So that's what embedding means.
Right. Right.
And so you could do that, and then you could customize the questions. I mean, not super duper, but
But for those of you that are not technically savvy, you don't even have to have a website. You can do a website through estatesellfinders.net.
yeah,
That
yeah.
can be your website. And that's what
Hmm.
is so important, because even though, okay, it might, well, we've talked about this. You've talked about maybe making it look somewhat customizable if maybe
Hmm.
that's an option later. But who cares? I mean, at the end of the day, it's like it gives you a place to send people so that they can fill things out for your business.
Yeah,
And
you
that's
have
really,
a company page.
yeah, and you have
You
a
have a
company page.
company page just like you would on Facebook or something
Mhm.
or on Instagram or something like that has just all your information and you can change it around and make it yours however it is that you want it to be. Um, because there are a lot of estate sale companies that don't have websites, which is fine, I guess, but if
Well,
you
this
don't
gives
have a
you one.
website, yeah,
Really,
this
it gives you
it
one
gives
that
you a
can take
place.
care of it. Yes. And if you're not ready to do the whole, and I understand, I get it. And we actually talk about this in one of the previous lessons of the marketing, is having a website and then not, because websites can get, I mean, you and I've talked about this too. It can start to rule your time and your life to try to control a website. And depending on who you pick to actually be your website provider, you end up spending a lot more time doing things and it's not serving the purpose. And so we talk
Mhm.
about simplicity when it comes to what does your website need to say? What are the
Mm-hmm.
basics that it needs to say? Um, how do you buy a web? How do you, register a domain link? All that stuff so that
Yeah.
you understand that. But what this does is if you want to eliminate all of that stuff and just have a customizable page that you can send people to that you don't have to ever fool with, this is what you could do. And
Yep.
that's very helpful.
Yeah. And I mean, literally all they have to do is click the hire button and that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
But
a
yeah,
lead would just have to click the hire button.
yeah. But as an estate sale provider, all you have to do is go into your page, into your profile, upload the documents that you want it to send, tell it when you want it to send them, and that's pretty much it. And so if
Yeah.
you want a contract, your default contract template or whatever, you just put it into the system, and then whenever it goes time to actually sign a contract, it pulls up your contract, and you can change it in the middle of it if you need to change dates and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You can make it
It's
very
all
easy,
editable.
and
And
so
you can have multiple contracts.
you can have multiple contracts.
Yeah, you could have as many you just pick which one is going to be sent.
Right,
So
right.
if you have, let's say you have a contract that has clean out or you have a contract that doesn't have clean out, yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that because I haven't used any of my addendums
Hmm.
in using yours. But could you add, like, if I wanted to do, like, because I have an addendum for if someone's still living in the house. So if I just wanted to add that on as an additional part of the
Yeah.
contract, could I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that
Yeah.
makes it easy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I have,
Yeah. We
I
try to
have,
make, listen, I thought of everything. I try to think about everything. And then when I didn't think about, you told me the rest of it and we just filled it on all the gaps. But yeah, I mean, literally that has to happen because I know contracts change.
so if you're an estate sale provider out there, where can they go to sign up for Estate Sale Finder? What all states are you in? All the things. Like, where do they need to go?
What states are we in?
Mm-hmm.
Well, currently we've started in Florida, super hyper local in the central Florida area, and then met Jenna, and so now we're expanding into the Dallas area, right? And so we're basically in these two cities right now, but we're expanding faster than I thought I was going to be expanding, to be honest with you, because it is a lot of work, and I like the personalized touch still, right? So like I don't want it to go too crazy fast, but I do like it. And then we have Mike in California too, so
Yeah.
we're at the beginning of a very big mountain to climb, but I'm very looking forward to it.
So if you have 49 people or 46 people call you tomorrow and they're all in different states.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I had it locked down to Florida, and then I met you, and I said, you know what, I will open it up to everybody, but because I need to get all the bugs out, right? Like
Yeah.
like the internet can make or break you, right? And so that's why I was like, I spent the last 3 months, I'm telling you, like sitting on my computer 14 hours a day, just making sure that all the bugs were out and that the website worked fast and it was pretty and all that kind of good stuff. So now we're in expansion mode. I mean, that's literally what
Mm-hmm.
we are, trying to get people to sign up. And the more people sign up, the better the website's going to run, the better it's going to be.
So if you're in a state and you're listening to this on YouTube or whatever, he follows the YouTube channel. He'll share
Mhm.
this parts of we'll both share this video and then
Yep.
we'll share it to our audiences. And then if you're a student that has signed up and you are a student in the course that is not from one of those three states, just let me know and we'll work. You'll work with that, and so we'll kind
No,
of
no,
go from
any
there. But
any
still
student of
use the
yours,
system.
yeah, any student of yours gets 90 days absolutely free of pro service. Okay, no credit card, nothing required. We just want people to start using it because I think once
Yeah.
they start using it, they're going to be like, "Oh, this is extremely helpful,"
Yes,
right?
it's a part
Um,
of my business model now. Like that's how much it works. Is
yeah.
I changed a lot of my business models because of what you have available for me to use.
Hmm.
So even if you don't even, I mean, this is silly. Nobody would do this, but even if you don't advertise a sale, the CRM part of this is very valuable, and
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about. So even if you don't market, which is silly, you should, but it's
Yeah.
still valuable.
Yeah.
Still valuable.
Please don't waste all the
Please
amazing
don't.
things that I tried. that I put on to try to help you guys grow. Because that is true. I was talking to somebody today that I was like, it's not just a website like for you to list your sale. Like it really is. I'm trying to make it a place for you guys to be able to grow and actually work smarter or easier, I guess, in the way I don't know if working
More
easy is ever
intentional.
in the estate sale world, but yeah, I mean things that things that can be automated should be automated, right? Like the basic. I don't want people to think that the AI is taking over the like the human side of the estate sale, because it's not. Okay, this is literally just taking over your remedial tasks that are that you guys complain about all the time, like labeling photos, categorizing photos, right? um, Sending emails to, I mean, what's the difference between you sending an email or the system sending an email? It's the same thing, right? So
Yeah.
so it's little things here that save you a bunch of time and keep you organized, and then they help you. Like, I mean, we haven't even talked about like the social media studio, which is very powerful too, right?
That's
Because
a
before,
whole other video
that's
that
an
you could do.
entire other video, but
It is.
basically, like, just to tell people, it's like, everybody has ChatGPT or one of these things that they have to go and take some photos out of their sale and then go over here and generate the description over here and then generate the ad over there. It's all included.
Yeah.
So the system knows that it's your sale. So it knows what it's going to promote. So it knows what it's going to do. So
Yeah. It's
so
amazing. It's
yeah.
amazing. And I highly suggest that if you're a student, go immediately to statesalefinder.net, sign up, get
Well, you
yourself a
got to send them one of your
profile.
referral links.
Oh yeah, I'll put a referral link in the actual lesson
Yeah.
so that you can
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that he knows that's who's coming from this courses. But if you're on YouTube and you're watching this and you are either, an estate sale provider that is like, wow, I haven't thought about any of this. Maybe this
Mm-hmm.
is something I need to start considering. Come to the Institute, which is the Institute for Estate Sale Professionals. There's a lot of continuing education options there. I'm going to be putting out a brand new one for the marketing today. Tonight is going to be
Mm-hmm.
the first time that I put that out. And there's a lot of options there to learn how to do things more efficiently and to get,
Yeah. That's
get you
basically
the
what it
results.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time is money, and listen, and I know that change is hard, okay? And a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm accustomed to the ways I do things," which is fine, okay? But there are ways that will save you time and energy and frustrations, and that's literally what the institute is for, and that's literally what I programmed this website for, is to try to save a little bit of frustration.
Yeah. You have two people that are sitting on the screen right now that want to help estate sale professionals make more
Mm-hmm.
money and do it more efficiently
Yep.
without so much hard labor, and to also stay on top of trends and be able to use some of the technology that is available to us now. If you started your estate sale company 10 years ago, even like I did 12 years ago, we didn't have Google Lens. We didn't have any of that stuff. I had to physically type into Google what I wanted. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm staring at, I don't know, this lamp that I've never seen before, and I have to explain it using words so that I know what it is. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, we're way past that, and it's only been 12 years. So, if you started then, there's a whole new world that you can be utilizing, and it's so much easier. Oh, it's so much easier, and it
Yeah.
allows you
The,
to make more
the
money and all the things.
Yeah, the estate sale world has been lagging on the technology side a
Mm-hmm.
lot. I mean, that's literally the reason I'm like, okay, I will I will start this project, because it's not an easy road, but I'm like, it's really needed in the system. So I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. So thank you again, Andy.
You're
Andy,
welcome.
my Mandy. I'm gonna start calling you that.
Deal. I'll take it. I'll take. At least my hair isn't all over the place there today.
I took a shower today. It's my weekly shower, so
That's
my
me
hair
too.
is done.
That's what we are. That's pheromones. All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.